Good afternoon, everyone. So today I'll just run through a little bit about our company, Dorsett Hospitality. And of course, because of the Hong Kong Forum, I would also like to highlight, I think, opportunities and actually, the good points of Hong Kong and why Hong Kong, really. Yeah. So first of all, I'd like to talk a little bit about our mother company. Okay. Yeah. So I'm part of Far East Consortium. And Far East Consortium is a property developing company. Currently, we do property development, property investment, hotel operation, as well as car park operation. So at the moment, we have 23 pipeline projects with over 38 billion gross development value as of 30th December 2016. And our cumulative pre-sale value is 9.8 billion. We're also engaged in property investment, so we have office properties in Singapore, Hong Kong, mainland China, as well as UK and Australia. Our investment properties portfolio consists of 14 properties with a value of 2.8 billion and a GFA of 880,000 square feet. In addition, we're also a car park company, so we have 24 self-owned car park, 375 third-party owned car park, which we manage. So it's a total of 76,000 base in Australia, New Zealand, and Malaysia. We also just bought a car park in Europe. So again, I think what I also want to highlight is, although we're headquartered in Hong Kong, because of the legal system, because of the great tech system, it actually enables us to have a very sound sort of a foundation to grow overseas. So if you look at our group, we do invest a lot overseas, and it's been quite successful. So for today's purposes, I do want to talk about Dorsett, which is my baby, really. So Dorsett Hospitality is established in 2007. I've joined the group since 2010, and in total, we have 52 hotels. This also includes our portfolio in Japan. So again, we have now 13 hotels in Japan under another company called Agora Hospitality. So this is really our footprint and the journey that we have in Hong Kong and elsewhere. So we started our first hotel, again, because my father is a property developer. So we sometimes have hotels as an investment property. So really the company started doing hotel in April 1998, but we really took it more together since there's the SIPA of Hong Kong. We really decided that there's a huge demand for Chinese going overseas. Then you can see our growth plan in the latest slide, that since then, around 2008, 2010, then we really focused in the hotel, and especially in terms of the positioning, we really believe in the 4-star market. Again, when you look at Chinese traveler, when they go overseas, I think over 50% of them actually like to stay in 3- and 4-star hotel, although their spending is actually now one of the highest when they go doing outbound, but they would still prefer to spend around 70% on shopping and really about 15% on lodging. So we firmly believe 3 to 4-star is really right at the sweet spot. So here it is. This is really our brand structure. So Dorsett is our main brand, which is a 4-star brand. And later I will talk a little bit more. We also have another brand called D Collection. Some of you may be familiar with some of our hotel, like Lan Kwai Fong Hotel and all that. And Silka is really our 3-star brands. And again, we are very proud to be a Hong Kong company, and we have the most number of hotels in Hong Kong. We have currently 12 hotels in Hong Kong. And again, I was just sharing with Margaret, November, we actually broke all records since our opening. So the numbers are really, we're up 30% since last year. So the tourist is really coming back. We're really happy. And again, of course, there's both short haul and long haul that is coming back. Yep. And again, this is really our development path. If you look at, this on the left side is, no, right side. On the right side is really, our hotels currently in operation under the different brands. And if you look at our number of rooms, it's had a very steady growth since I said '08. So we've been growing on a CAGR of 7 years of 10%. If you look at this, and also in terms of the value, because I think it's also important, we're a listed company, it's also important to giving back value to our shareholders. So if you look at our value of the portfolio, it's really gone up quite a fair bit. Another thing that I'm very proud of course, is the recognition, because we are a very young company, for a hotel industry. It's really only since 2008 that we focus in hotel, and we've been recognized by internationally. And also there's one award that we just got this year, which I'm especially proud of, is that we got the Local Brand Hong Kong Award. And again, later I'll talk a little bit about what, my passion for Hong Kong and what it means by a Hong Kong brand. So here are more awards. Another very important element about our brand is giving back to the society. Hong Kong, although it's a very small place, but we do rank, we have very warm-hearted people, and we do rank, because I used to sit on the board of UNICEF as well, so we do rank one of the highest in terms of per capita in giving back. So same in our company, that's something we really do value. And I also tell a lot of people that, in fact, because we're a service industry, so people is our #1 asset. And in fact, one of the thing that we do is that if you work in charities, you actually get double days off. So in fact, actually, a lot of people ask me, oh, Winnie, are you losing out on efficiency? But actually, I don't feel that, because once you get more involved physically in charity, actually my receptionists or people who work for us, they come back and they appreciate what they have more. And in fact, they become better at working. So again, we're very proud. Since 2010, we've launched our scholarships. Our main focus is in the working force. We have given so far 770 scholarships, focusing in Hong Kong and also focusing in our sort of hospitality industry, but also allowing them an opportunity to work overseas. So apart from scholarship, we do a lot of placements for our talents in Hong Kong to work overseas. Another thing that's very close to my heart, of course, is our core value. To develop and actually to build an international company, I think, especially in the hospitality field, because really, it's all about people. I think core value is very important. So these are really our core value, and we practice it, and again, we do endorse them. So of course, integrity, inspiration, innovation, and initiative. So these are really our very much core value, and because with core values, and if you embed that, and it becomes sort of your culture, then it's much easier to delegate, because within the same decision, they will make the same decision as you do. So that's about our core value. Now, another very important bit to our heart is, of course, Hong Kong. So we always see ourselves as ambassador of Hong Kong. So again, even with our guests, what we try to bring is to bring in the Hong Kong culture to our hotel. So for example, we do have, so again, small things like check-in, we guarantee within 5 minutes you get the check-in. So we just want to highlight the efficiency of Hong Kong. And also what we do is that every Friday, we actually have a free cocktail for every hotel guest. And in that time, I want to attract more customers, because for me, I mean, of course, in the hotel industry, I don't know how many of you know that there's something called online travel agents, and they do take a high commission. So for me, I'm also happy that we have FaceTime with our guests. But besides that, why I do that is that we will then invite a lot of Hong Kong companies to maybe speak during the wine hour, so people actually understand Hong Kong more. So for example, we have like Yuan, which, they sell more cultural stuff. We even have like Chinese medicine, like Chinese doctors, something like, and we actually launched that in our room. So instead of, later I'll show some, instead of like normal like Earl Grey tea, something like that, we use Chinese tea because we believe, Chinese sort of herbal tea, but very easy to understand. So we have like 4 types of tea. So one is, we always think that when you travel, maybe you eat too much. So we always have like, for when you eat too much, and maybe you drink too much. So, that's one for hangover. Then that, again, but there's one for sore throat. So there's like some nourishing tea. So again, this for me is important because it also highlights Hong Kong, because we do have one of the longest, I remember this year there was a report, we have one of the longest, highest life expectancy. And my firm belief is that we have best of both worlds. We have the Western, of course, the medical center, really high-end, as well as very good system in terms of hospitals, but also we have the Chinese, doctors and all that. So that's, my belief. So again, that's really what we talk about Hong Kong. In terms of our brand DNA, again, we like to use a lot of surprise elements and all that. And also, again, even in our design of the hotels and also our restaurant F&B offerings, even, for example, our hotel in London, we've opened 2 hotels in London, one in Dorsett, Shepherd's Bush, and one in Aldgate. And we use award-winning restaurants. So we've tied up with this restaurant called Shikaman, who the executive chef is from Hakkasan. So again, we believe in more sort of branded, and they just won Bib Gourmet as well. So we believe in showcasing what's, what is Chinese, and we feel we're ambassadors of that. So what we said about art, so again, even in our hotels, you can see there's a lot of art display. One of this is actually one famous artist from China that's displayed in our hotel in London. We also support a lot of art fairs and all that. Now, I wanted to also highlight about the trends of Chinese wallet and actually why hospitality and why we invest in it. So at the moment, since September 2016, the numbers are that there's 221 billion in terms of spending, and China ranked most in the spending of overseas. So that's actually one of the biggest trends. And as well as if you look at our future development, we also invest in Australia. And of course, because in the last few years, they have 1.2 million Chinese visitors in Australia. And by 2020, they're forecasting a 13 billion spending. So here is our current portfolio, and you can see that we really believe also using our Chinese sort of mentality, Hong Kong mentality and efficiency to grow overseas. So the China market of tourism is believed in Australia to be 13 billion by 2020. So you can see we've increased that portfolio in Australia. So as I mentioned earlier about our brand structure, again, being vibrant engagement, that's really something that we want. And we also believe that this is very aligned with Hong Kong because Hong Kong is a very vibrant city. And I hope that you are all really enjoying your stay in Hong Kong at the moment. And what we mean by vibrant engagement is that, whenever there's any comments online, we have a 24-hour response guarantee. We've also just launched a 24-hour stay because, as I mentioned, that Hong Kong is so vibrant, our airline comes, at different times. And sometimes I always feel that it's important to give all value back to our customers. So even if you check in 3 a.m., we allow you to check out 3 a.m. next day. So we give you the whole 24-hour stay. And again, I think this is unique to Hong Kong because Hong Kong, there's so many planes coming in. So the landing time is, it's that. So I think that's very important to us in terms of engagement. And also another thing that I want to highlight is that when you check into our hotel, what we also give you is that we give you a mobile phone. And I was just talking to Mr. Shen from China Mobile. We're actually the first to adopt this innovation. So we actually give you a mobile phone during your whole stay. So it actually works at your pocket Wi-Fi. We adopted this about 4 years ago, and we adopted this all over in different parts of the world. So again, I think data are very important. Quality data are very important. So really, we know our customers better and better, and how we data mine is something that we will talk about later too. So again, in terms of convenience, we have a shuttle bus, hotel car, and what I talk about is the smartphone. We have Wi-Fi, and I think another thing is that we have a concierge. So I have 1 minute left, sorry. Okay, so in short, I think, let me just maybe quickly finish with the concierge check-in and payment gateway. So again, now once you check in, because again, everyone has so many apps on the phone, so we give you a number, you can WhatsApp us, and we instantaneously reply anything you want. And again, with mobile check-in, we've already launched that in the UK, but we're going to launch it in Hong Kong. Another thing I think is very, very important if you want to really focus on Chinese tourists is the payment gateway. We have last week, we're the first hotel company to launch WeChat Pay and WeChat Booking. And we launched it last week, and I already see a lot of bookings coming in, I was just saying. And it's very interesting, because I thought it would be more from my China hotels, but actually even my UK hotels has been receiving very good bookings. So again, I think these are things that Hong Kong, because of the legal system and all that, I actually feel very comfortable. So again, if you look at Chinese tourists, when they choose hotel, 56% of them will talk about the payment gateway. So in terms of what there is, Union Pay, as well as Alipay, and also WeChat Pay. So with this, I will just finish my presentation.